Welcome back to English Speak Nest, the place where we talk about real life in real English with real emotion.
So grab your coffee, your tea, your headphones, whatever you've got, and let's have a real conversation today.
All right. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Olivia. And Ethan, can I just say, you walked into the studio today looking like you didn't sleep for 3 days.
Okay, wow. Straight to the attack. No hello, no how are you, just roast.
I mean, the bags under your eyes have their own zip code at this point.
Listen, I was up late. I was thinking, deeply thinking.
Oh? About what?
About today's topic, honestly. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Because I think every single one of us, me, you, the people listening right now, we've all had this feeling at some point that maybe we're drifting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. That feeling that life is happening to you instead of because of you?
Exactly. So today, we're going deep.
And don't worry, even though the topic sounds heavy, we're going to laugh, we're going to tell some stories, and hopefully by the end, you'll walk away feeling lighter, more awake.
A little wiser.
And maybe a little roasted, like you.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, Ethan, let's start here. When you hear the phrase, wasting your life, what's the first image that pops into your head?
Honestly, my first thought is not what people expect. Most people picture like somebody lying on a couch all day, eating chips, watching TV.
The classic image, the lazy guy in pajamas.
Right. But I don't think that's the real problem. Because that person, at least they know they're wasting time. They can see it. They feel it.
Interesting. The scariest version of wasting your life is when you're busy. When you look productive, when you're working, and from the outside, everything looks fine. But on the inside, you feel empty.
Oh, that hits.
Right? Because nobody warned you about that one.
That's so true. Society tells us be busy, stay busy, hustle, grind. And we think being busy means being alive. But sometimes being busy is just a really polite way to hide from yourself.
Wow. A polite way to hide from yourself. That's a quote right there.
Put that on a coffee mug.
Okay, so let's get into the actual signs. Sign number 1, and I think this is the biggest one. Living on autopilot.
Oh yeah, autopilot, the silent killer.
You wake up. You check your phone before you even open both eyes. You scroll for 20 minutes. You finally get out of bed. You make the same coffee. You take the same route to work. You say the same good morning to the same people. You eat the same lunch. You come home. You watch the same shows. You scroll again. You sleep.
And then you do it again, and again, and again.
And one day you look up and a year is gone.
A year. Sometimes 5, sometimes 10.
And here's the thing. Autopilot feels safe. It feels comfortable. But comfort and life are not the same thing.
You know, I had this moment a few years ago. I was driving home from work, same road I drive every single day, and halfway home, I realized I had no memory of the last 15 minutes of driving. None!
Whoa.
I was just gone. My body was driving, my hands were on the wheel, but my mind? Asleep. And I remember pulling into my driveway and just sitting there. And I thought, how much of my life am I actually present for? How much am I just driving.
That's powerful, Olivia. Because driving home is just a small example. But the real question is, how much of your whole life are you driving on autopilot?
Right. And it's terrifying when you ask yourself that honestly.
Okay, sign number 2. This one is sneaky. Always waiting for someday.
Oh, the someday trap.
Someday I'll start that business. Someday I'll travel. Someday I'll learn the guitar. Someday I'll tell her how I feel.
Someday I'll get in shape. Someday I'll call my mom more.
And here's the thing. Someday is not a real day on the calendar.
It's not. There's no Monday, Tuesday, someday.
Right? It doesn't exist. And yet we plan our entire lives around this imaginary day.
I read somewhere, and this stayed with me forever, that someday is the most expensive word in the English language because every someday costs you a real day, a real moment, a real chance.
That's so true. And the worst part is we tell ourselves we're being responsible. We say, oh, I'll do it when I have more money, when I have more time, when the kids are older, when work calms down.
When I'm ready.
Oh man, when I'm ready. That's the biggest lie we tell ourselves.
Why do you say that?
Because nobody is ever ready. Nobody. The person who started the business wasn't ready. The person who moved to a new country wasn't ready. The person who became a parent definitely wasn't ready.
Oh, no parent is ever ready. That's just a fact.
Ready is a feeling we wait for that never actually comes. You just have to start. Messy, scared, unprepared. But start.
Okay, my turn. Sign number 3. And this one is for everybody listening right now with a phone in their hand. Comparing your life to strangers on the internet.
Ugh, the social media trap.
It is brutal, Ethan. We have never in human history been able to compare ourselves to this many people. Think about it. 100 years ago, you compared yourself to maybe 20 neighbors. Now, you're comparing yourself to literally millions of strangers every single day.
And not just any strangers. The highlight reels of those strangers. Their best moments, their best angles, their best lighting, their best lies sometimes. Their best filters. And then you sit in your apartment, in your sweatpants, eating leftover pizza, and you wonder, why isn't my life that exciting?
And listen, this is the truth nobody wants to say out loud. When you spend all day watching other people live their lives, you are not living yours.
Wow.
You're a spectator in your own life.
That's heavy. Because we don't think of scrolling as wasting our life. We think of it as a small break, a few minutes. But those few minutes are hours. And those hours are years.
I once added it up. They have this feature on your phone now, screen time. Have you checked yours, Ethan?
Oh, I refuse. I refuse to check it.
That's exactly the response of someone whose screen time is bad.
Listen, I am protecting my mental health by not knowing.
Okay, fair. But seriously, when I checked mine, I had spent the equivalent of almost 2 full months a year on my phone.
2 months?
2 months. Imagine what you could do with 2 months. You could learn a new language, you could write a book, you could get in incredible shape. You could visit 10 countries. But instead, we scroll.
That's a sobering thought.
Hey, real quick, if this conversation is hitting home for you, if you're nodding along, or if you've had to pause and just think for a second,
Then you're exactly the kind of person we make these episodes for.
if you're enjoying this conversation and want more English podcast episodes like this one, real talk, real emotion, easy English you can actually understand, don't forget to subscribe to English Speak Nest and turn on those notifications.
Hit that bell. Make it ring. Wake your neighbors up.
Don't do that. Don't wake your neighbors.
Okay, don't wake your neighbors, but subscribe. We make new episodes every single week, and we'd love to have you with us.
Okay, sign number 4. This one is heavy. Tolerating things you should not be tolerating.
This one hurts.
A job that drains your soul. A relationship that makes you feel small. Friends who only call you when they need something. A routine that feels like a prison.
And you keep saying, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
It could be worse. That's the lie.
You know, I had a friend, I won't say her name, but she stayed at a job for 8 years. 8 years that she hated from day one.
8 years?
8 years. Every Sunday night she would cry. Every Monday morning she would feel sick. And every time someone asked her, why don't you leave? She said, it's not that bad.
Oh, that's painful.
And one day she finally quit. And she called me. And she said, Olivia, I just realized I gave them my 20s. My whole 20s! For a paycheck.
Wow.
She wasn't crying because she quit. She was crying because she didn't quit sooner.
That's the part that destroys me. We don't regret the things we tried. We regret the things we tolerated.
Tolerance is a beautiful word when it's about people, but when it's about your own life, tolerance can be a slow poison.
Slow poison. Yeah.
Okay. Sign number 5. And this one is more subtle. You've stopped being curious.
Oh, talk to me about this.
Think about kids, right? A 4-year-old asks 200 questions a day? Why is the sky blue? Why do dogs bark? Why can't I eat ice cream for breakfast?
That last one is a great question, by the way. Still don't have a good answer.
Right? But somewhere between 4 years old and 40 years old, we just stop asking. We stop wondering. We stop being amazed.
We think we already know everything.
Exactly. And the moment you stop being curious, something inside you dies. Quietly, without ceremony. You don't even notice.
It's like the lights dim a little.
Yes, that's the perfect way to say it. The lights dim. And you don't realize how dark it's gotten until somebody or something turns them back on.
So what turns the lights back on?
New experiences, new people, new questions, reading something completely outside your world, talking to a stranger, trying a food you can't pronounce.
Like that thing you made me eat last month?
You loved it.
I tolerated it. There's a difference.
Olivia, can I share something kind of personal?
Of course. Always.
A few years ago, I went to visit my grandfather. He was in his 80s at the time, and he was sick. He knew he didn't have much time left.
Oh, Ethan.
And I sat with him. And I asked him something I had never asked anybody before. I said, Grandpa, do you have any regrets?
Wow.
And I expected him to say something big, like, I wish I had been a doctor, or I wish I had traveled more. Something cinematic.
Yeah.
But he just looked at me. And he smiled this tired little smile. And he said, I wish I had laughed more, kiddo. I wish I hadn't been so serious all the time. I wish I had stopped worrying about things that, in the end, didn't matter.
Oh, wow.
And then he said, most of the things I was afraid of never even happened.
wasted years being scared of ghosts.
Years being scared of ghosts.
And that sentence has lived in my head every single day since. Because how much of my life have I spent worrying about things that never happened? How much have you? How much of the people listening?
And those ghosts, they don't just steal your time. They steal your joy.
They steal who you could have been. Oh. Thank you for sharing that, Ethan. Really. Thanks for letting me. Listen. If there's one thing your grandfather, my grandfather, anybody's grandfather will tell you, it's that worry is just imagination used in the wrong direction.
Wow. Okay. Sign number 6. And this one, I think this is the saddest one. No meaningful relationships. You can have 500 friends online. You can have 10,000 followers. You can have coworkers, classmates, neighbors, gym buddies. And still, nobody really knows you.
Nobody asks how you really are. And nobody really listens when you answer.
And here's the thing. We are not built for that. Human beings, biologically, are built for real connection. Deep eye contact. Long conversations. Sitting in silence with somebody. And being okay with that silence.
But we've traded all of that for likes, for comments, for little hearts on a screen.
I think loneliness might be the biggest hidden epidemic of our generation. And nobody talks about it. Because admitting you're lonely feels embarrassing.
It does. People are afraid to say it.
But if you're lonely right now, and somebody listening is, that's not a sign that something's wrong with you. That's a sign that you're a human being who needs other human beings. And that's okay. Reach out. Call somebody. Text someone you haven't talked to in months. Just say, hey, I was thinking about you.
That single text could change somebody's entire week. It could change their entire life. Okay, this leads me to sign number 7, which is kind of the opposite, but also connected. You are never alone with yourself.
Oh, explain that.
Think about it. The moment you have 1 second of silence, you reach for the phone. You're waiting in line? Phone. You're eating dinner? Phone. You're on the toilet? Phone.
Don't expose people, Ethan.
I'm exposing myself. I'm guilty too.
Okay, fair.
But really, when was the last time you sat in complete silence? No music, no podcast, no video, no conversation. Just you, with you, for 10 minutes.
That's actually really hard.
It's terrifying for most people, because when you're alone with yourself, all the thoughts you've been running from catch up.
Wow.
And we are so afraid of those thoughts. So we drown them with noise, with distraction, with anything we can find.
But those thoughts are usually trying to tell us something important.
Always. Your discomfort is a messenger. And if you keep ignoring the messenger, eventually the message becomes a crisis.
That's beautifully said.
Okay, I want to ask everybody listening something right now. Just answer in your head or in the comments later.
Oh, I love this.
If a doctor told you today that you only had 1 year to live, what would you do tomorrow? Like literally tomorrow. What changes?
That's a heavy one.
Would you go to that job? Would you stay in that relationship? Would you keep scrolling for 3 hours? Would you keep saying someday to the things you love?
No, you wouldn't.
Exactly. So here's the question that follows. The real question. Why are you waiting for a diagnosis to start living?
Whoa, Olivia.
We act like we have all the time in the world. But the truth is, nobody knows how much time they have. Not the doctor, not the priest, not the wisest person on earth. Nobody knows.
That's the truth nobody wants to face.
Okay. We've gotten deep, heavy, important. But I don't want anyone listening to feel hopeless. Because hope is the whole point.
Yes, let's talk about the way out, the way back.
Because here's the beautiful thing about all of this. The moment you notice you're drifting, you're already not drifting anymore.
Say more.
Awareness is the first move. The moment you say to yourself, hey, I think I might be sleepwalking through my life. Congratulations, you just woke up.
Wow, that's powerful.
You can't fix something you don't see. But the moment you see it, the magic starts.
So what are some practical things people can do? Because I think a lot of people get inspired by conversations like this, and then tomorrow morning, they're back to autopilot.
Right. The Sunday motivation, Monday amnesia effect.
Exactly. So how do we actually change?
Okay. First thing, small. Start small. Don't try to change your whole life on Monday morning.
Yes. People always try to do too much.
Pick one thing, just one. Maybe it's no phone for the first hour of the morning.
Oh, that one's a game changer.
Or one walk outside a day. No headphones, just you and the world.
Or one real conversation a week with someone you care about. Not a text, a voice call, or in person.
Or one new thing a month. One. New experience, new food, new book, new skill, anything.
And here's the magic. Small things, repeated, become enormous things. Tiny actions compound. Just like saving $1 a day for 50 years makes you rich, one small choice a day for a lifetime makes you whole.
That's beautiful.
And second thing, please, start asking better questions.
Like what?
Instead of, am I successful? Ask, am I awake? Instead of, am I rich? Ask, am I real? Instead of, did I win today? Ask, did I live today?
Wow.
Because the questions you ask yourself shape your entire life.
You know, Olivia, I want to leave the listeners with something. Can I?
Please.
Wherever you are right now, driving, walking, washing dishes, lying in bed at 1 in the morning when you can't sleep, I want you to hear this. You are not too late. You're not too old. You're not too tired. You're not too broken. You're not too far gone. The fact that you're listening to this conversation right now means something inside you is alive. And that's all you need.
That's all you need.
One spark. One small, honest moment. One, I want more than this. That's how every single person who ever changed their life started.
And listen, you don't have to figure out the whole map tonight. You just have to take the next step. Just one step. In the direction of a life that feels real to you. Your life is not a movie that's already been filmed. The pen is in your hand. Right now. Today. This second. And the most beautiful chapter is the one you haven't written yet.
That gave me chills, Olivia.
Me too.
All right, friends. That brings us to the end of today's episode. And honestly, this has been one of my favorite conversations we've ever had.
Same. It went deeper than I expected.
Now, we want to hear from you. Yes, you, the person listening right now.
What do you think about this topic? Have you ever felt like you were wasting your life without realizing it? What was the moment that woke you up? Or, if you're still asleep, what's one tiny thing you're going to try this week?
Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We read them. We respond. We genuinely care.
And tag a friend who needs to hear this episode. Somebody who's been stuck. Somebody who's been drifting. Somebody you love. Sometimes the people who need this message the most are the ones who won't go looking for it themselves.
And of course, if you enjoyed this episode, if it made you feel something, if it made you think, please subscribe to English Speak Nest. Turn on the notifications. Share this episode. It helps us more than you'll ever know.
We make these episodes because we genuinely believe that learning English shouldn't just teach you grammar. It should teach you life.
And teach you to feel in another language, too.
From our little studio to wherever you are in the world, thank you. Thank you for spending this time with us. It means everything.
Be kind to yourself this week. Slow down a little. Look around. Notice something beautiful.
And remember, you're not behind. You're not late. You're right on time.
This has been Ethan.
And Olivia.
And this is English Spec Nest. We'll see you next time.
Don't waste today. Promise us, okay?